The deposition of Angel. Friday, March the 22nd, 2013. We've just received a call from Angel's homeroom teacher, Mrs. Fernandez. Angel knows she's in trouble, and now we're going to hear her side of the story. And we want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We ain't got unlimited tape, so start talking.
Me and my classmates were passing notes with each other during math class in Miss Fernandez's room. And we wrote notes, and we had this journal, and we wrote notes in it.
Whose journal was it?
It was
Did you say it was yours?
yes,
Okay, so there was one journal that belonged to you
yes,
that everybody was passing around writing notes in?
yes.
I just want to make sure I understood clearly what you said.
And where did this journal come from?
I had new journals.
I think what Bobby is getting at, Angel, just because in passing, I do believe that I've heard Bobby tell you not to take journals to school. Is that not correct?
It's a notebook.
So, it's one of these journals that your school requires for classwork? One of these journals?
Yes. And I had an extra one.
Okay.
Okay, so it was really a book that you were supposed to be using for classwork.
Yes, but it was an extra one that I had.
No, there's no such thing as an extra one. It's you took one to school that you didn't need before you needed to use it. Isn't that right? Because Bobby has plenty of books in there that she buys for you to use them when you need them. There's no extra one. You should have only taken a second blank one to school if the other one was full, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's dismiss this myth about an extra journal. There was no extra journal. You took one of your blank journals to school that you should not have, right?
Right.
Okay. Keep going.
Where was I? We were passing notes during math class, and a girl, one of my classmates wrote something, and I responded to it.
A girl?
Yes. It was 4 girls.
Okay. And who were these 4 people?
Well, it was 3. But the 4th girl wrote some of the notes with us. It was me, Cameron, Jada, and Azari.
Okay, and what were the notes?
What do you mean, what were the notes?
I mean, what was the conversation about? What were you writing about?
Sometimes we would write about our day, our work, our other friends, a lot of stuff.
And is it the practice of your teachers to allow note and journal passing, journals to be passed around and notes to be written during class instruction? I can't hear you.
No, ma'am. But we sometimes do it at Miss Jackson's room.
So,
The new teacher.
so, you know that note passing and journal passing is not allowed, but you do it anyway.
We did it in It was not allowed in Ms. Fernandez's.
It's not allowed in any class, Angel, because You go to school to learn, not to pass nasty, profane notes to each other. Now, do you want to tell us what these notes consisted of? What was in these notes?
One of the notes said I was a bee.
What?
A bee.
Angel, if you could write it, you can say it. Like I said, you could make it worse, or you can just tell us what happened and stop trying to beat around the bush.
It said that I was a bitch.
Okay. And then you said,
I said, I'm not. It's opposite day, so I said that you are.
so you told the other girl she was one.
Yes.
So the very same thing somebody did to you that you didn't like, that you found offensive, you turn around and did the same thing to somebody else, right?
Yes.
Because why did you do it?
I wanted her feelings to be heard like I had feelings for her when she wrote it.
Okay. Because you was angry, right?
Yes.
So, one of the things that we need to teach you are coping skills. Just because you're angry, if everybody acts out when they're angry, somebody's mean to you, you're going to be mean back to them. You know that's how fights start. Things escalate like that. Sometimes you need to learn how to turn and walk away. Or if you write notes, maybe a better thing for you wasn't supposed to be writing notes. Let's get that clear. So that was your opportunity where you could have stopped. But if you were going to write something back, you could have shown a bit more class and wrote something like, I'm not going to lower myself to using profanity because I'm a better person than that. You could have shown that you have class, that you have dignity, that you have good home training, and that you know right from wrong. You have to learn, you have to remember these things when the difficult times come up, Angel. Do you understand?
Yes.
But instead of you deciding, I'm not going to get down in the mud, you just jump straight on in the mud with the other people that were showing nothing but bad behavior. You're already in when you decided to participate in this little note writing thing. And when you saw that it was getting worse, because people can make mistakes, okay? You can make mistakes, you can take a wrong turn. At some point, you got to recognize when you've made the mistake and say, you know what? This was a mistake for me to get involved in this note writing thing. Give me my journal. I'm going to class. I'm going to go in here and sit down and do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to go confess to the teacher that I was participating in this when I should not have been. But this is not a good thing that we're doing, and I'm not going to continue in it. And I know at 10 years old with your peers, that would be a hard thing for you to do. But Angel, I want you to learn how to do the hard thing and not the easy thing. It's similar to the conversation that we keep having with you about your homework, where you seem to happily come home and tell us about the least you need to do instead of the most that you could do or the extra things that you could do. To be a really good person and to be a really successful person in life, you're not looking for the least. You're not looking to just do what everybody else is doing just because you can't think for yourself. You need to use that brain, that noggin, that thing that's sitting in between your shoulder blades. You need to learn how to use it. You need to think for yourself. I'm sorry, Lena, I hijacked your conversation.
No. Absolutely good advice. Everything V has said is absolutely proper and correct. And what V has done is explained the behavior that we expect from you every single day. Every day we bundle you up, we feed you, we clothe you, we bundle you up and send you out to school to get an education. We expect you to carry yourself with behavior that would not embarrass you or your family or mistreat others. And to have a teacher call me and lecture me about the horrible behavior that she's observed from you over the last few days. I can't tell you how embarrassing it is. I can't tell you the amount of disappointment that I feel, how ashamed I am of your behavior. And maybe you can figure out how ashamed I have to feel going to the school knowing that you have put down this bad behavior as if we haven't taught you anything at home. As if we don't have any manners and we haven't taught you any. Yet we didn't do anything. But your negative actions, the perception that you put out there about your family is that all of us use profanity, that we are unfeeling, uncaring, that we are unwilling to follow the rules, that we don't respect teachers or classrooms or our education or the education of our classmates, that we're just willing to sit around, talk, misbehave, use profanity, and do anything that we want. That this is the example we've set for you, therefore you go out and behave in this way. I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed of you. What else was in the journal?
I don't remember. Similar to that.
Well, what else is going on, Angel?
What do you mean?
No, Angel, I'm asking the questions. What else have you been doing at school that you weren't supposed to do, besides the issue with the journal? The journal is bad enough because I've told you over and over, you are only there to learn.
Yes.
I've told you over and over, you are not there for friends, for playing. It's okay to have friends. Everybody wants to have friends at school. But a friend at school is somebody you sit with, that if you don't have a pencil, you can borrow one from them. Somebody to talk to when you on the playground or you walking back and forth from one class to the other. Somebody to choose up sides with when you do teams in gym. That's what a friend at school is. But the playing, the talking, all of that is for when you get home. And I've encouraged you to get your classmates' phone numbers. If you had any conversation for them, you needed to have it after school. If you are sitting down and you're doing your homework, do you really want somebody interrupting you with whatever that's inappropriate? You want to be able to focus on your homework, get your work done, so that number one, you learn your lesson. Number two, you are able to do your lesson properly, neatly, so it can be turned in. And then number 3, you can finish it in a timely manner so that you can go on off and do other things. Every child in that class deserves the opportunity to have peace and quiet without disruption so that they can get their education. I'm extremely disappointed that you've decided you care so little about yours. And if in fact you do still care about learning and you don't want to be in the 4th grade again next year, then I have to tell you this behavior that Ms. Fernandez described, the talking, the note passing, the bullying of the little girl.
How is that bullying?
Again, I'll remind you, I am asking the questions here. And I expect answers from you. And again, the trying to play the innocent, pretending like you don't know what I'm talking about, it's not going to get you anything but more trouble, Missy. You know what you've done, and so do others.